Underground. And thanks for joining us. This is Weather Underground. I'm Mike Bettis.
I'm Alex Wilson, of course, our expert, Dr. Nab, with us each and every day. And man, it has been a mess across the West, other parts of the country too, but for the West, some really notable wet weather.
And water is going to be the story, I think, for the rest of this week, nearly from coast to coast.
It really is truly a mess in California. Did you see this? Now in San Diego, today we're recovering. Yesterday was a day, truly. Heavy rain triggering evacuations, water rescues, water overtook downtown, it swept away cars, right? And how about this for some perspective? The wettest day in San Diego in nearly 98 years.
Yes.
That is remarkable.
We
Wow.
think of San Diego as that 75 and sunny place, not that kind of rain or that kind of video, but that's what we've had. And tomorrow through Sunday, we're going to keep that rain train going. Big snow as well for the higher elevations.
And I do think it's Northern California and Central California northward that's going to get most of the rain for the next week or so. But the pattern over the Pacific remains very active. The West Coast can remain very wet, and it's going to share with the rest of the country from time to time.
Yeah, and the Southeast is going to stay really active as well.
Yeah.
We got day after day of thunderstorms coming for you here across the South, which means really heavy rainfall rates for us, and we do think the chance for flooding goes way up as well.
Absolutely. So Winter Storm Jarvis continues to bring some of that wintry weather to parts of the Northeast, but there's that southern flood threat behind me. Big time rain coming to parts of Mississippi and Louisiana and Alabama, and you'd go, oh, that's good. It needs it. But unfortunately, soil's not really in a place that they can take a lot of that water in.
No, I've lived in the eastern part of the country most of my life, and in the wintertime, really the only good way to warm up is to get wet while you're doing it. I mean, it's the way it goes in January.
And a lot of you that have snow on the ground right now, by the way, you see that map where how warm it gets? Your snow is quickly melting away.
Rain melts snow so quickly.
Blink and you miss it. Well, how about this? An up-close look at how icy roads had. And now we look at Redding, California, one of the spots that's going to stay soggy as we go through the week. Well, we bring up the pillars. We break it down for you again. It's umbrella weather across a lot of California as we've got partly cloudy skies today, but tomorrow, rain, scattered showers on Thursday, more showers coming your way Friday, Saturday. We keep the rain going. Temperatures generally staying in those mid to upper 50s, right around 60. But Sunday and Monday with more sunshine, less rain in the forecast, will warm up into the mid and upper 60s. So warmer days ahead, quieter days ahead, but have a rainy stretch to get through. Rainfall still to come. A lot of areas in that 1 to 2, even 2 to 3 inch range. So 2 to 3 inches would be that darker shade of green. 3 to 5 inch totals possible for coastal sections of Oregon. Once again, Northwest California, the coastal areas in particular, and Northwest Washington, you guys could see 5 to 8 inches of rain. So a half foot of rain, most certainly on the table. Snowfall to come, 12 to 18 inches. Plus in the Cascades. A lot of areas, though, in that lighter shade of blue. So more looking at the 1 to 3, 3 to 5 inch totals across the general West. Got to go way up in elevation to get some of those really hefty totals. Water vapor imagery. Can you see the swirls, right? We've got that first one right off the coast. We've got another one behind it. So this is keeping things active. This is keeping that Pacific moisture streaming into the west, keeping the rain and snow chances high. And with that moisture being steered towards the west coast, we again look at those highest totals in the coastal areas, Washington, Oregon, Northwest California, with some hefty rainfall totals possible by the time all is said and done. There's the cloud cover. And again, that stream of moisture focused in areas like the Bay Area, but especially farther to the north. But San Francisco, you're going to get your chances of rain showers too, especially tomorrow morning. You can see that first round of rain working in. Not going to be an easy commute for you. We keep the rain for Portland and Seattle. Second slug of rain comes in on Friday. This is the next system, San Francisco northward. These are the areas with rain. And then by Sunday, you can see San Fran, you're quiet, but we keep the rain into coastal Oregon and Washington, Mike.
All right, Alex, thank you. Well, it's January.
But then we're like, oh, I can't go outside and enjoy it.
No, that's the nature of January. And, you know, you have high pressure that was the dry and cold. That high was nice and dry, but it was cold.
Yeah.
So we like saying goodbye to that.
Right.
But you bring in Gulf warmth, relatively speaking, and moisture. And we're going to have weak low pressure systems going northeastward. So there's not a lot of energy in the atmosphere to bring a new round of cold air in. But there's also not any big high pressure coming in to dry things out. So just get used to the wetness here in the east and the Midwest.
The waves of rain, right? And this will end with some heftier totals, especially across, the southeast into the Tennessee and Ohio Valley?
Yeah, even southern Indiana and Ohio. And I think tomorrow is going to be the really rainy day here in the Midwest. Even here, you're warming up. But you are definitely going to be very, very wet. And that pattern continues like all week. I mean, maybe you get a break on Friday in the Midwest, and then same sort of deal in the Northeast. Very rainy here on the I-95 corridor, even up into New England. How wet has the last 12 months been up in that zone?
It has been soggy. We've talked about so many flooding issues. There are some pockets of freezing rain, but again, most areas, it's just a cool rain.
Yeah, your Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, evening commutes are going to be bad. But maybe Friday night you get a break before next weekend's system in the Northeast.
Yay.
More rain.